In seconds, his head disappeared inside, and the bag took off across the room, rattling and sliding like a possessed creature. Muffin and Whiskers chased after it as if it were the greatest prey they'd ever seen. The final act of the comedy show came from Tiny Peanut, the kitten of the group. Whiskers growled, Muffin yelled. Oreo couldn't even see her coming from inside the bag, and Snowball finally abandoned her queenly pose to join the madness. By the end of it all, the living room looked like a battlefield pillows on the floor bag, ripped open spoon under the couch. The humans walked in, stared at the chaos, and all 5 cats blinked back innocently, tails swishing in perfect unison because, in their minds, it wasn't destruction. It was art. Later that evening, the humans tried to restore some order. Pillows were fluffed, the spoon was retrieved, and the paper bag was tossed in the recycling bin. But peace never lasts long when 5 cats share the same roof. The humans heard tiny claws scratching and turned just in time to see Peanut dangling like a furry ornament, meowing for help. Muffin, instead of helping, sat below, swatting at her tail, as if encouraging her to fall. Oreo, still recovering from his paper bag adventure, discovered the TV remote and decided it was the perfect chew toy. The humans tried to intervene, but every attempt seemed to add to the chaos. When they grabbed the banana, Muffin darted under the couch with it. When they reached for Peanut, she wriggled free and ran circles around their legs. The humans, meanwhile, were left standing in the wreckage of their living room, defeated yet again. Because in this house, order was temporary. But Cat, comedy was forever. The next morning began with suspicious silence. Any cat owner knows that when 5 cats are quiet, it's never a good sign. Muffin was pawing at the water, sending ripples across the surface. Snowball, ever the strategist, sat perched on the counter, watching like a general planning the heist. Peanut batted at the glass with kitten-sized determination, while Oreo's whiskers twitched in excitement. Whiskers, the oldest and supposedly wisest, simply sat beside the bowl as though supervising the entire crime. The humans rushed in just before Muffin could go fishing, scooping up the bowl like treasure saved from pirates. The cats scattered in different directions, pretending innocence. Within minutes, however, a new mission was underway. Oreo discovered the laundry basket, and in his dramatic flair, he dove inside and tunneled his way under the clothes until the basket tipped over. Peanut immediately joined, wrestling with a sock twice her size. Whiskers claimed a towel like it was his personal kingdom, while Muffin dragged a pair of pants across the room, as if showing off his hunting skills. Snowball, of course, refused to partake in such common games. Instead, she sat proudly atop the basket like a queen ruling over her subjects. But when the humans tried to gather the laundry back, Snowball swatted their hands with royal disapproval, as if saying, "How dare you touch what is ours now?" By the time the laundry was finally folded again, the cats had already moved on to their next conquest. The cardboard box delivery left by the door. All 5 of them squeezed, fought, and tumbled over who would claim it first. Muffin managed to wedge his entire fluffy body inside, leaving nothing but his tail sticking out. Peanut launched a surprise attack from behind, while Snowball and Whiskers sat side by side, staring at the chaos as though secretly plotting their next masterpiece. The humans could only sigh, realizing one truth. Life with these cats wasn't about keeping order. It was about surviving their daily episodes of mischief and secretly loving every second of it. That night, the humans thought they were safe. The cats were curled up, looking like perfect little angels, each one tucked in their favorite spot. Muffin snored softly on the armrest. Oreo was sprawled belly up on the carpet. Peanut had disappeared into a blanket fort. Whiskers guarded the windowsill, and Snowball rested gracefully on the back of the couch. For a brief moment, the house was calm. But calm never lasts long. At exactly 3 a.m., the first performance began. Oreo, as always, started it. He decided the hallway was the perfect racetrack and tore through it like a jet, his paws thundering against the floor. Peanut, hearing the call to chaos, leaped out of the blanket fort and joined him. Together, they became a tag team of zoomies, racing from one end of the house to the other. His booming paws shook the floor, his tail puffed up like a bottle brush. He tumbled straight into the coffee table, sending coasters and a magazine crashing to the ground. Oreo bounced off the couch. Peanut hid under it, and Whiskers pretended he had nothing to do with any of it.
The humans stumbled out of bed, bleary-eyed, only to find their cats sitting perfectly still, blinking innocently in the mess.
Not one sound, not one twitch, just 5 statues of sweetness. Snowball licked her paw with queenly. Peanut peeked out from under the couch with wide eyes. Oreo rolled onto his back for a belly rub. Whiskers turned his head toward the window like he'd been on guard duty all along. The humans sighed, muttering the same words they always did. Why did we get 5 cats? But deep down, they already knew the answer. Because life was never boring with them.